Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. It's so cold in here right now.
Feel my neck.
Feel my neck.
Feel my neck.
Betty Rock was like, is it hot in here? Is it stifling in here? And Gavin and I were like, not really. I don't think so. I think it feels okay. She's like, it's hot in here. And then Gavin's like, well, should I go change it? I'm like, well, if you do, I have to put my sweat jacket on. I'm like, could you power through it and just be a little warm for a second? You know, but then I remembered what your doctor said, like your word was selfish. So then I'm like, absolutely, we probably should just go change it.
I'm not being selfish. I said, I asked. If I were being selfish, I would have just gone in there and done it myself.
That's true.
But
you said
I would have respected that.
But then she said, you guys, I'm surprised you guys are like hot with your extra layers of fat to insulate you.
Those words exactly came out of her mouth.
It's so brutal, man. The things she says
so mean.
in this modern society, you should be canceled, honestly.
We're not just meat. Come on.
Yeah. Why do you have to hate on us so much?
Anyways, why are you being selfish with all this time, taking it on yourself, when we should be celebrating the fact that Gavin is back?
Yes, Gavin made it back successfully.
He's a dad now.
He was just saying, he's like, I don't even know what to do with the temperature in my house, so I'm coming here. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
I'm excited to be here because it can be a little cooler than my house. There's so many things about being back that I'm there's weird elements that I'm looking forward to about being back here.
Not having someone cry while you hold them.
Yeah, so please don't, guys. But I will say, too, that I am excited to use the work bathroom again.
No, we're all excited for that.
Wait, why is that an excitement? Because you have a bathroom at your own home.
I don't know, our water bill is higher. And,
oh, my gosh. And I hate using the work bathroom.
The amount of toilet paper I've bought.
Like, I don't like using the work bathroom unless I absolutely have to. But then there are so many times Gavin will, like, walk out of the studio. Like, I will have held it for 2 hours because of our work schedule, and it just never works out with a good time for me. So finally we finish the show. I'm like, oh, good, I can finally go. Sure enough, occupied. Like, what in the world, Gavin?
Every time.
That's my role.
Had all day.
Okay. Well, tell us what it was like, because we haven't heard the whole story about her going into labor, all the things. Like, did it all go well?
Yeah.
Because when you left here, she was having contractions.
She was having serious contractions, and then it took a while. Baby was born at
on my birthday.
I was going to say, because this happened, almost a month ago at this point. So Bennett was born on your birthday.
Yeah.
And I literally think there was at one point, I think you did a break on it, I think, that day.
I probably did,
maybe.
Yeah.
And so there were some people who were like, whoa, we heard about it on the radio before you texted us. I'm like, that's not my job.
Whoops.
But
you got your hands full.
I will say that was a night, because we probably were up for a good 37 hours. And every time I tried to do the husband on the couch sleeping thing, I just never fell asleep.
Yeah.
So
because they give her a bed that can like adjust, and like you could literally just be like in sleep really great. And then they're like, oh, here's a tiny couch. I didn't even get a couch. I got a chair that kind of halfway folded. Yeah. It was bad.
Honestly, it's just selfish of the wife to take up.
They gave her ice
bed.
chips anytime she wanted them.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not fair.
No.
I'm
like, can I get an ice chip? No, okay.
Yeah, you have to suffer
just a little agua, some water, H2O. But no, they don't
care. And then we were there for a few days, and I will say this, that it was nice to be in the hospital for a certain amount of time, where the singular thing that you have to do is just be in this room with this kid and just adjust to them.
It's great.
Basically being there.
And they'll come help you. Like, like that's the thing. I told you this. Like, staying in the hospital, if they give you a chance to stay another night, stay another night.
If I'll recommend anything to any future parent that's going to have a kid, is that they'll present the opportunity to you, and they'll say, hey, we can take him or her to the nursery.
Let them go.
You say yes.
Absolutely.
To that
First,
question.
mark their foot so you know which baby is yours.
Didn't do that.
Don't even care.
Like I recognize.
Bring me back one that cries less.
Bennett could not be Bennett, and I
wouldn't even know. I know. That's the thing, man. Like at that age, like, okay, I
just want 3 hours of sleep at that point.
Wouldn't even care which kid you got. Like now it comes. They bring you like an African American baby back.
They bring me a girl.
I probably still wouldn't even ask questions. I'd be like, is it quiet? Is it quiet? I'll take it. That's mine.
Stop it. Did you at any point get like not drowsy, but sick to your stomach, get nervous, piddle, all the things?
Piddle. Oh,
lightheaded.
My goodness, guys. If we're going to tie it all back to going to the bathroom again,
yeah.
I
He had to go and miss the birth.
Dude, I think like during everything, I probably peed a solid 30 times.
Oh, wow.
That whole day.
Yeah,
I think you have a nervous bladder.
I think it was a nervous. I had some stuff to try and stay awake, water to stay hydrated, just in and out and in and out. Her parents were there. They were criticizing me for all of this. At one point, I was in the bathroom after he was born, and I felt guilty for that.
Oh,
wow.
word.
It's and I will say this, just testament to who I am as a person. I have definitely used the restroom while holding my kid.
Of course, you have to sometimes.
I have held.
That's multitasking there.
That's what a mom does on the daily.
Easy.
And
Yeah.
what was your reaction when they told you it was a boy?
Oh, this is where it gets interesting. I was a little disappointed.
Oh,
actually,
interesting.
because I think I'd spend a little bit of time building up this whole I want to have a girl thing, saying I won't be bothered either way. It's going to be amazing. But a girl's kind of my
But
preference.
in your head, you kind of wanted that.
They said boy, and there was just that little part of me that was
Ah,
a little bit
interesting.
bummed. And I will say this too. And I know that they come out a little blue and a little messy and
Little alien
all
babies.
this stuff. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, I had an ugly baby.
Well, the picture you sent everyone, I don't know if you used a filter or what, but it was a cute kid.
I waited.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna, I'm not gonna send you the the first baby picture.
How is Haley? Like, how did she do with the whole process?
She's good. She was physically good, emotionally good. I think probably me coming back to work was the first time that she started to have a harder time with anything. She hasn't really gone through too much in terms of like postpartum depression.
Oh, that's good.
At this, yet there's in my head I've heard that you kind of do still play this waiting game. Our friend who had a kid in April just started losing some of her hair, so the postpartum hair loss kind of hit a good 4 weeks later for her.
My
or
wife's
4 months
feet
later.
grew and never went back.
What?
Yeah, her feet grew. It's weird.
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
How has it been with your mother-in-law in town, and now your parents in town?
Yeah, she was in town for she was in town for a little bit after Bennett was born, and then Haley's dad was in town for a little bit after he was born. And at one point, Haley's sister, her husband, and their kid were in town for a little bit with us for 4 or 5 days. And then right now, my parents are in town. So we've had a lot of guests and a lot of people in the house. I'm really enjoying having my parents at home, but I think there's a little part of me that's intrigued by the over the helpful hump, because I will say this, that having Bennett home and having those extra hands,
always great.
Fantastic.
If you're fortunate enough
Holy
to have
cow.
that, it's a blessing, honestly. Like we had my wife's mom in right after Haley came home. And it was great because they know things that you don't know, or you forget, or you just
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You're tired. They're
and
a
they
little
help
less tired.
you. Yeah, and so we had that, but then we moved 3 months in, to Haley being born.
Wow.
And so 3 months we were gone. We were in California and knew no one.
That's a
and
lot.
so it was a lot. Like it was a lot on Marty. She handled it well, and I was working like a million hours, starting a new show out there and stuff, and. Yeah, it was a lot. So having that help when you have it, it's a blessing, and use it. Don't be afraid to use it.
Yeah, no, not at all. Bennett has been a really healthy kid too. Like there hasn't been anything other than the only time we ever called the doctor with a oh my goodness thing was that his belly button started to look weird after the umbilical cord fell off. And we were like,
You gave him an Audi.
I'm like,
He'll be ostracized.
I'm like, should
Kids
we?
with Audis perform lessons worse in school.
Yeah.
Does his tailbone look okay?
Because
Sure.
Gavin had to have tailbone surgery in high
Golly.
school as a kid.
And he already said
it's hereditary.
He
I
already
hear.
said that Bennett has peed on him twice. So I'm wondering if the tiny bladder has been handed down.
I mean, to be honest though, because you change a diaper every 2. There's instances where the diaper gets changed more often. So there was there's some nights at 3 a.m. when you wake up to feed him, you change the diaper before that, and it's just a pee diaper, and then you're sitting there feeding him, and then all of a sudden, it goes. You're like, oh, bummer. Okay, we'll change this again. That feels normal.
Then you go again.
Then he goes number 2 again.
It's crazy.
And you're like, the factory just pushing this thing out is tough.
The amount of times you will change a baby in one day sometimes is like, what just happened?
I'm grateful for the whether it's the work shower and other friends helping, because we are just going through the diapers, through the wipes. It's been nice to have that backlog that we had going in. because it's a lot.
Did you, now that because you guys didn't know what you were going to have, you purposely didn't do that. So you had the baby's room all set up. Now that you have a boy and you know you have a boy, are you going to do other things in the nursery that are less neutral?
Sure.
Or are you going to keep it that way, or what are you doing?
I don't think the nursery is going to change too much because the walls were already, cause the room is Harry Potter themed.
Oh, I was right. My wife said no. Okay. I should never listen to her. I should never listen to her on things because I was like, I saw this thing and I'm like, I want to get this. And she's like, why? And I said, because it's Harry Potter themed. And I said, I believe their nursery is Harry Potter themed. And she's like, no, there's no way. They wouldn't do that.
Why would she?
Because as a whole theme, she
That's so funny.
She just thought because where you
Hints
didn't know
of-
what you were having, she was like, no, I don't think they would do that. And I'm like, you don't know them. And so
totally would.
I was right. I'm so happy that I was
committed.
right.
Now text her as soon as you can.
Well,
that you were...
since you're back, now I'll bring the thing in tomorrow because I bought you something.
Oh yeah.
That I thought would be cool in the nursery because I was thinking it was Harry Potter, and then she made me doubt myself, which I should never doubt myself because
Never.
I am amazing.
For Halloween, y'all should dress as Harry Potter characters. That would be cute.
It is going to be
Put
cute.
a little red scar on his forehead.
Oh yeah, a little draw that on. I'm excited for all the holiday stuff. We bought him a little turkey onesie yesterday for
So
for
cute.
Thanksgiving.
Great.
All that
I
stuff
love it.
is so darn cute.
Yeah.
Like putting the little hats on him and everything. I soak it all in.
I have to ask, how are your first two babies doing with your third?
Oh man, that was so intriguing to come home because that was a bigger thing to worry about. Whereas when you're in the hospital and it's just you two and a baby,
Yeah.
that system makes sense. And if you go home, maybe you throw chores into the mix and whatnot. But coming home, it's like, okay, this is gonna be tough. So I went home with a swaddle that they had put Bennett in really early on, a little early to show the dogs that so that they could sniff it and
Did you hang it from the ceiling?
Yeah, we put it on.
Good idea.
Put it on a
just
gate.
bouncing from the ceiling, and they're sniffing it like a pinata.
So they it's something they say go introduce the smell to them. So introduce the smell to them, and then when we brought Bennett home, we got to the house. Haley went in for a little bit so that they could see her for the first time in a while, just to reacclimate to her coming home, and then we bring him in with the
Car seat.
car seat, and Jasper was crazy.
Was
he
he?
was so interested.
Oh, really?
In a way that when he wants to sniff something or he wants to be on or near something, it's hard to pull him back.
He's an aggressive
he's
sniffer.
Strong. He's
This is how he was with the skunk.
I know.
That's why we have that issue. Still has that little smell on his head, to be honest.
You should let Bennett poop on him.
I might
And
let him.
that might cure him.
I've tried. I've jokingly held Bennett over him during a burping after
Yeah.
feeding because I'm like, I might spit up on Jay and
Yeah.
see what happens. But
How is Ellie?
Ellie couldn't care less. That was her. That was something we were surprised by. I think Ellie will care more when he's running around and doing stuff because that's when we'll have to watch for biting and nipping. Is 'cause
Yeah.
they're uneasy or she's uneasy with that. Jay has calmed down. He does respond to every cry. So anytime Bennett, Jasper kind of hops over to check on him.
That's good.
and to see.
They might end up being best friends.
I think that they'll be tight because Jay's just always intrigued, and I've only I'll let Jay lick his face a couple times or lick his toes or something. So I think they'll be good. We'll just see as Bennett becomes a crawler and a walker and a
Sure.
And how has sleep gone?
sleep is not always great. It's
Because now the dogs can't go in the nursery, right? 'Cause now you have the...
no. We've had them sleep. We've had so many guests over that they've slept with us the whole time, and the dogs have been outstanding. Actually,
Oh, that's good.
They don't do because sometimes you're in bed at 8 and you're in bed till 8 because you're up and at them and all this stuff, and the dogs can go. I've tested it. They've gone 12 hours without going to the bathroom.
Nice. You should try
I
that.
wake up. Not
Hey,
even-
how'd you do that? That's the bigger story. That's amazing,
I don't.
Gavin.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm like, wow.
No, my biggest fear is when I'm
Big
holding.
boy.
If it's my turn to hold Bennett, I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. That's
Can you imagine
fun.
if Gavin were a dog? He would be the worst dog ever.
Oh yeah,
I'd
you'd
be-
have to have pee pads for him.
Yeah, I would not be.
Yeah.
I would not be a good dog.
Well,
I
there
wouldn't be
you
house
go.
trained.
So Gavin is back, and we're definitely happy about that. We did have some. We had Jake come sit in one day for
really?
an Aftercast. Yeah, we had Jakery. It was kind of an audition and seeing how he does. He did the results, the reviews from people in on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty great. This was from Luke. Hey, I'm glad that you guys said, hey, just wanted to drop you a line, say I've enjoyed you bringing different guests in. Big thumbs up. I'd love to hear more of your coworkers at the station, a.k.a. Jakery. He's hilarious. Yeah, Jake was funny. But what's really funny is Jake has worked so much. Like, if you heard the audio, you would hear us cutting up, but I wish we had video running because Jake works in our digital department, and so he shoots a lot of videos, and he's trained himself to laugh inaudibly. Like, he doesn't make a sound when he laughs. So you see his face go, and he's laughing. He's into what you're saying, but you can't hear him because he never wants his voice on somebody else's video because it throws the video off. If all of a sudden you've got this random non-on-screen voice laughing, and so he's laughing the whole time and nothing coming out.
Well, because upstairs, like, he'll be a part of the photo or the video shoots for like the song battles and stuff, and he's always off camera, so he does have to be not the focal point. So that makes sense.
Yeah,
I just harder to picture the silent laugh.
It was really funny. It was
so opposite of the normal like laughs you hear from this seat
from this room.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it was funny. It was just a weird thing that I noticed. But he picked up on you calling him Jakery, so I'm like, oh, that landed quick. All right, let's get into some of the stuff here. This was one of the meanest headlines, I think.
Oh no.
I had come across this. It says, Toby McGuire. Wait, what was the headline? The actual headline was, Toby McGuire's ex, Jennifer Meyer, is headed down the aisle again. Like, why drag Toby back into this?
Just say someone's going down the aisle.
Yeah, like, if she's so famous on her own, like, they're like celebrity, it should have said celebrity jewelry designer. So apparently she's not a celebrity enough jewelry designer because she can't stand on her own without having Toby McGuire attached to it. But it was kind of like throwing shade at Toby McGuire, like Toby McGuire's ex, happy again, going down the aisle, and he gets drug into it. I'd be like, wait, what? Why did you have to bring that up, man?
Yeah.
I thought that was in bad form on USA Today.
Just part of being in the limelight, I guess.
I guess so.
I guess, yeah, because they're catching... I guess maybe you're catching the clickbait from throwing his name in there.
Yeah.
People would be curious to see. But...
I got clickbaited bad today on one of the worst ones. There's every time, like, if you're on, say, USA Today, and you go through all their stories, and you scroll down, and then there's a whole nother line of boxes that look like they're actual stories, but they're clickbait. So I click on this one about Jaden Smith and how he's disappointed his mom. I'm like, ooh, delightful. And so I click on that, and the first paragraph is about their family. Then the second paragraph hints at it, but it doesn't say what it is. Then it goes into a third paragraph about Willow. Then it comes back and goes into one about Will. Then it goes in and hints again at the Jada thing. Then it goes to talking about Jada for 4 more paragraphs. And finally about
writing.
About I'm probably a good 20 paragraphs in and still haven't found it yet. And I'm like, it got me.
I wondered if you were the reason why we have been on these phishing emails.
Maybe.
Because
that we've all been caught by the way.
As, like, here at WayFM, they've got this, what do you call that?
IT department?
Scam training?
Yeah, scam training.
Yeah.
Before you know.
They'll send us random emails, but they make them look like they're real emails, but we have to know whether they're phishing or not. Because if they are, then we have to report them. If we don't report them, then we have to go to a phishing class. Anyway, Wally, he's just like, I'm just going to delete all of them.
I do.
But I guess if
it's
it has
totally
to do
backfired.
if it has to do with Jada Pinkett Smith, they'll be like, please put in your social security number to hear more
I
about
got to
Will
get to the
Smith.
end of this
Whatever
story.
gets me the answer to why Jada's...
And Wally will be
and
like,
we need one
Marty, what's
we,
my social security number?
we need one company secret from you too. Great. Okay.
Give us your bank account for.
Yes, exactly. Send us a gift card.
Yeah. Finally got to the bottom of why Jaden disappointed Jada Pinkett Smith, and I'm clicking on everything I can click in there for sure because they owe me. Someone owes me a story on this one for sure. What do you got, Rock?
So Jennifer Lopez, she's going through the breakup with Ben Affleck. Bless her.
Sad.
I know, it's been a tough
Hope
year.
she's okay.
But anyways, she posted a bunch of photos, and they're all from her summer. Okay, so there's not really. They don't really all go together.
Is she having a hot girl summer, or what's her summer? Is it in my field summer?
A divorced summer?
Oh, that was
divorced girl
mean.
summer. No, yeah, divorced
No, it's the
girl.
truth.
Betty Lou.
It's the truth. Anyways, I wanted to get yours and Gavin's male perspective on a couple of these photos because
that doesn't
two
feel
of
like
the
a good,
photos.
That doesn't feel. That
Thank
feels
you
like
for calling Gavin a male.
You should be thanking me for you.
Yeah, you're over here talking about Project Runway.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on Glenn Powell.
Let me
Like, you want to start telling stories? I'll tell everything I overheard you two talking about today, and it is not going to paint you in a good light, sir or ma'am.
Oh, I don't care.
No, I meant him.
Oh, okay.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You should be into Glenn Powell.
I'm not.
Okay, so Jennifer Lopez, she posted two photos. Each one has this inspirational quote. And I want you to think, what does this mean? Okay. The first one says, everything is unfolding in divine order.
Okay.
God's plan.
This is yeah.
Hashtag God's plan.
This is after her divorce, so this is new. Okay, yeah. Because she's trying to save.
What is she trying to get across? What's the message?
She's trying to, I don't know where her faith is, but because she might believe in a higher power or something. I have no idea. But she's trying to say that it's okay. I'm okay because she's trying to take a positive spin on the divorce and like it's all unfolding in divine order, meaning it's all going to be okay, and like that she is gonna come out on top of this.
She's showing the world that she's okay, that she's the
in
strong
control.
one.
Yeah.
That she is comfortable with how everything is unfolding because it's God's plan.
It's got a
or
divine
higher
order.
powers plan.
Okay.
I am curious what her faith is or lack of. I don't know.
And then finally, the other one said, she's in bloom and unbothered,
Wait, she did
out
second
of
person.
reach
Yep.
and at peace.
Oh, I get all of that. It's so beautiful.
Are you in bloom?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you unbothered?
Well, I'm
reach?
always bothered. No, she's in bloom because she's had a change in her life that where some could see it as negative. She doesn't. She's not withering on the
that
vine.
the possibilities are endless.
She
now.
is in bloom now. Now, because Affleck was holding her back, she can now
She's
bloom.
unbothered.
She's unbothered because this didn't hurt me. You're
But
not
what is-
going to hurt me.
But what does it mean by out of reach?
Because I
Out
need
of
some time
reach?
for me right now.
Oh,
I
she's
need
doing
to
the work.
heal. I'm going to do the work. I need to heal. And then there will be a time when I am accessible again. But right now, no. I'm working on me. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I understand her so much. I get her.
Totally do.
I get her.
Wow. Well, she's saying that she's in bloom, unbothered, out of reach, and at peace.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for her, whatever all that means. But it's kind of like vague booking to me,
Sure.
Yeah.
where it's like, just say what you need to say. But I'm sure she has to be careful
You got to be
with what she
artsy,
says.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say one of these photos is of her and a kitten. They got a new kitten. And
Nice.
it's
Who's they?
I guess her and her kids.
Nah.
Look at the kitten.
What
I
you
don't
do
know
when you
its
get
name,
divorced?
but I want to smack it in the face.
I wish you'd just be honest and be like, I don't like him anymore. he hurt me. But
Ben?
but not this. I'm in bloom, but they can't be. They can't say whatever they really want.
And it's also interesting too how men and women deal with it differently.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I don't know if Ben Affleck has an Instagram or if he's even on social media.
Sure.
But you see him like ordering takeout, like
Yeah.
people
No, I think-
Unbothered.
Yeah,
I think if you're
It's
talking
just
about the
different.
celebrity world, and probably for most breakups, I feel like everything is probably lighter on the dude
Yeah.
afterwards, especially in this setting where
he looks like a player.
yeah, I feel
Whereas
like
the girl looks damaged.
he's got all this money. He probably can just go and be a bachelor.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's easier
think
for
you're
men to
right.
just become
It
bachelors
doesn't.
again.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt his
Reputation.
Whereas for women,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, she
Well,
has to explain how she's doing. He does not.
Yeah,
Right.
because when you
Right.
think about it, I think you're onto something. Because when you think about it, your option between in a relationship or bachelor, bachelor ain't bad. But for women, it's in a relationship or alone. It's seen very differently.
Yes.
If you look at it from that bachelor standpoint, you're living your best life.
Right.
I'm back to doing
Especially
what I
George
want to do.
Clooney.
Yeah, especially
Yes!
if you're post tough marriage.
Right,
per se.
right.
You're Glenn Powell.
Yes.
I wish. Twisters was a great movie.
It
It
was
was
a
a
great
great movie for
Yeah.
many reasons.
Yeah. Eye candy.
It's a Glen
am I
Powell
right?
summer.
Girl, you are so right. That'll preach. Oh, my
Oh,
word.
all right. You got any birthdays
Nope,
for us?
no
Oh, that's good. All right.
birthdays.
Well, we
Oh,
got
man.
26 in. We got some stuff we got to do today. So, as always, thank you for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.